Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching The Dragon Prince Season 4, Episode 3, Breathtaking. And you know, Zim and Bait are breathtaking. I am so excited for this episode because the dragons are going to visit Katars, and I'm stressed for this episode because Claudia and Viren and Tree Boy are gonna go to the dragon's lair to steal stuff, but the guards didn't fly off with them, so hopefully they'll be stopped. But yeah, I love this show. Thank you so much, Albert, for sponsoring, and let's go. Ooh.
What are you doing here?
This is the other reason I was excited.
Yeah.
You look nice, Callum.
Oh.
Well, thanks.
Nervous and kind of edge-frazzled, you know? But
Couldn't have
now
written.
Finally seeing you, I feel...
He's hurting.
I'm tired.
Sweetheart, he's hurt that it's been 2 years, and I guess he could have come to visit you, but you've clearly not been in contact to talk to each other.
Fine. What do you want to talk about? I guess you must have found Viren, huh? Was he dead after all?
So she went looking for
Oh,
him.
so you disappeared for 2 years for no reason at all.
She has a defensive pet, and I love it.
Hey, Callum's nice. This is Stella. She's a wee cuddle monkey. I found her.
I do love her.
She's an orphan. But would it be okay maybe if I stay and we just don't talk?
Oh. They care about each other so much. So she was off looking for Vera.
I have a dark magic thingy in my bag that can literally take your breath.
Why do you think that's funny?
Do that?
Oh no, Bait's like another small creature.
So obsessed with revenge that I risked losing the best thing I ever had.
Tell him that when he's awake. He may be hearing you, but this is what you need to say to the baby.
You're so gross.
He is. Don't just vanish out the window without saying goodbye.
Arts, but what exactly
Is.
is a shablow?
I love that that's like, I still just love, I know, I don't know if I said it in the last episode, the fact that his chef badge is like the hand of the king badge from Game of Thrones. He's like chef on the council.
But simple.
There's a lot of anger, King Ezran.
Trust me. Just trust me.
His mother died to a
This is
dragon
happening,
attack,
and
he
it's going to be the
knows.
start of a great era of peace.
I hope so, sweetheart, but we can't just force away the dark problems.
Whoa! Here they come! Zim can see us. They're about to land.
He can communicate with them, I love it. I so want this to go well. Soren's like, I nearly killed that one once. So kids look with wonder.
Feels kind of nice.
Of course.
I hereby formally welcome you to our...
Yeah!
Oh, Zim! I missed you, buddy!
Sim's like, I miss my tiny baby dragon, I do. I'm so proud of the little big dragon he is now, but I do miss the squish. I love that. Ezra was trying so hard to be all diplomatic and formal. Oh dear, then the dragon lair fell down and Claudia was squished. And then we went back to Zim. Yeah, Viren is in good hands. I see, definitely. I'm kind of mad that that worked.
But he seems to not be here, so...
Oh, hey, do you mind if we, I've been working on it.
Oh, Soren. I'm so concerned right now.
Welcome you with the comedy stylings of Crown Guard Soren.
Oh no. Please no.
Ah, welcome!
Please no.
Now, name is Soren, huh? But from the looks of you flying overhead,
No.
you are the one who is Soren.
Please just make this stop. I can't cope with the secondhand embarrassment. Please, sweetheart, stop.
Very funny.
I knew it.
The people are bonding with the dragon over how shit Soren's comedy is.
Woo! What?
Dennis,
wrap it up here, as I would not want my comedy routine to drag on.
I liked that one. I genuinely did like that one.
All right, Soren, that's my time.
I'm H. Callum here.
Sweetheart.
Aritque Arcus Ignis.
Oh, Zim loves it. He blew up the cake.
I declare this the most delicious jelly in all Australia.
Not all elves and dragons are evil humans, just like not all humans are evil to the dragons. This one is. Claudia, do you know what any of this stuff is? Like, that could be deadly.
Maybe you'll be.
Yes.
My dead body.
If you say so.
Claudia! You are literally stealing! And he is trying to stop you. You are not in the right here.
This painting is a gift of hope and friendship.
Ooh. Yep. But genuinely, whoever did that is a moron. Because yes, it's one thing if you think this whole thing is disrespectful. It's another thing to actively attempt to piss off a dragon. You're very brave, sir. She thinks she's right. Stupid girl.
Give it to me!
Never. I'm going to destroy it before it can be used to do any more.
It should have been destroyed in the first place.
I want to say something to Dragon Queen. You should say it to her face. Her real face that can bite you in two. Come on,
Soren, this isn't the best vocalization, but...
I ignored something that was true. I denied something that is undeniable.
He's a wise little soul.
We are angry! My dad was killed when I was 9 years old. My mom was taken from me before I could even remember her. It hurts! I feel pain about this and I am angry! We all
Oh,
want peace and we all want love. Because pain
this is a
and loss
wise
is so
angel.
terrible inside.
it's such a
want
good
to hate.
message
You want
for
to
so
hurt
many little
someone
ones
else.
watching.
How can we stop this cycle?
We can't fully, but we can take ourselves off of it.
Pain. Stop! Stop! I just want to yell stop.
Oh, that was so powerful.
That's not enough.
Stupid girl.
Won't work. That we might build a future together in hope.
Sweet baby boy. We all can. There will always be the
Future
idiots.
where we can be safe with each other. It's not that easy or simple. Somehow we have to hold it all in our hearts at the same time.
He's so
We have to
good.
acknowledge the weight of the pain and love in our hearts at the same time.
Because just like the humans have lost people to this hatred and violence, Zim never knew his father because of humans. It is a cycle.
There is a piece I've written that I would like to share.
He's written.
A song of love and loss.
Claudia, just stop.
You must die. Mortar burial.
You foolish, foolish elf.
I couldn't let him hurt you.
You are gonna lose yourself here. The cycle continues. This is a very beautiful piece. Oh, is he gonna send out a message to the dragons that They've been invaded.
With my last
Oh my god.
breath.
There are some truly good people in this world.
It was as though you could see my own heart and my pain, and the truth of you seeing that somehow made it feel less.
Exactly, if we share it together.
I'm so sorry that
I missed you so much.
Your family. They all need this warning.
The fallen star has returned.
Viren, does that mean? Or does that mean Arvos? Okay, so aside from like all the cute moments, my favourite moment of this episode, maybe of the show so far, was actually that moment when Claudia was fighting with the guard, whose name I really should know because he was very wonderful and brave. You saw Ezra standing there saying, I just want to shout stop as they continue to fight, because it was so powerfully done. I think the message of this episode is really important because kids will experience loss, some of them far too young. And it's so easy in this world to let hatred consume you, and you have to sometimes fight against it every day. So I really love the juxtaposition of sweet young Ezra and all of his hopes for the future, the world he was trying to build. And yes, he did make a mistake in this episode, in the sense that he had a child's vision. And I don't mean that to criticise him, I just mean because he is so young, he is so incredibly wise, but he's still, in his view, he was like, yes, but everyone knows a future of hope is better than dwelling in the past. But you can't ignore the past. You can't just push through it and pretend it never happened. You do have to acknowledge it. You do have to address it. And, you know, yes, maybe you should say, like, acknowledge the past is there, but we need to move past the past. You know what I mean? Like, we need to move through it. But at the end, he was able to look and say, this isn't a time for more violence. We're not going to find whoever did this and execute them for breaking this diplomatic peace, you know. Instead, it was understanding for both sides. Everyone has lost something. The dragons have lost as well. The owls have lost. Some people will have lost more than others, but this cycle just gets more and more people hurt and more people lost to it. And Claudia is fully lost. Her boyfriend is now also lost. I mean, he seems like a sweet kid, but then he's also totally fine with being with somebody and helping to revive her father who led an invasion into his land and killed, like, he's a lost soul. I think it was done very well to kind of show that if you cling on to all the darker parts, you will find them. I still wonder if we're going to end up all having to work together against Arvos, but it's interesting. The fight was intense, it was brutal, and I think it's interesting, Claudia did not whistle for help unless I missed it. Like, she was just going to do this herself or she was not going to do it. And you know, she even in that moment just closed her eyes and was willing to, like, I mean, not willing to die, she didn't really have much of a choice if he hadn't been there. Very interesting. And also how brave the guard was being willing to die to defend this. They should have like, why didn't they destroy their staff the second they had it? Why were they keeping it as some kind of trophy? Yes, if they thought Viren was gone, but if there's even a small chance that he or another mage could use it for ill, destroy the thing. The message didn't outright say the name Arvos. I'm not entirely sure if he heard Claudia say it or not, because obviously she said something like, wait, as she picked up, this, we're one step closer to freeing Arvos, and then he appeared. I don't know whether he was close enough to hear that, but regardless, they know something is afoot in Zadia. They know that something has happened in the dragon lair. They're all together, so they can hopefully strategize together. We wanted this to just be a celebration of all the good times to come, but it is instead a reminder that the war is not over, or at least that hey, sorry guys, the war's not over. And so I think things are going to get very serious going forwards. But starting off, you know, Soren's comedy was ridiculous, and I'm actually angry at myself that I had to drag on one. It tickled me. It did. And Callum ruining the jelly tart was very typical Callum. They're all so adorable, and I think his reunion with Rayla was exactly how I thought it would be. You know, they love each other so much and that love wasn't gone anywhere, but there is a lot of hurt there, and you know, a lot of that hurt comes from, you know, Rayla left because she was dealing with her own shit. And yes, that was she got consumed by the desire to go and find Viren and make sure he was gone and couldn't hurt anybody anymore, but none of them, you know, she didn't do it because she didn't care about Callum, and probably the longer she was away, the more she thought she couldn't come back. So I think the fact that when she was like, well, okay, we don't have to talk, but can we just sit here together, was really sweet. And you just saw how deeply she loved him, and I hope one day what she said when he was asleep, she'll say to his face, because talking and being honest about your feelings is the only way to have a healthy relationship and a happy one of any kind, friendship, platonic, romantic, whatever. Ezran's just delight when he saw her was pure Ezran. And also the moment the dragons landed, and I was like, where is Zim? I didn't say it. I was like, I'm going to enjoy the occasion. I was like, where is Zim? And then Ezran was like, great queen of all these lands, I welcome you. Boom. Zim was there, and everything was perfect. Zim and Ezran have such a special bond. Wonder when Zim's going to start talking. How old are dragons when they start speaking? He's so big. I do miss my tiny baby. I can't lie. I want to watch, like, I want to watch him grow. I don't want to jump from tiny baby dragon to slightly bigger baby dragon, but he's also still a very adorable slightly bigger baby dragon. And like when Ezra was talking about the pain and the loss, Zim just wanted to go and comfort his friend. They have such a special bond. Ezra has been through so much at such a young age, but he has not let it corrupt him, and he's staying true to who he is. And hopefully that sends a good message to some of the kids watching, even if it's not a message they consciously are like, I'm going to be a good person now. But hopefully you can kind of emulate that a little bit in your life. I love his vision for the future. It's exactly the way I wish people would view our world today, trying to, you know, help everybody and not just focus on yourself, and trying to encourage people to just look out for the people around you and don't turn it into a cycle of who's better and who's greater, and just send all the right-wing people to an island. This is not a show to talk about that. So this was a really special episode in a lot of ways. That's still that moment when he said, I just want to scream stop, was just everything. And then, oh, just, we're seeing one side, we're seeing these souls get lost more and more to the darkness, and we're seeing on the other side these souls fighting for the hope and the future and the thing that makes life worth living. Absolutely adored it. I'm still stressed about Callum in the mirror. Aravel scares me. Fantastic episode. Thank you so much, Albert, for sponsoring, and thank you for watching.